Hi, my name is Erin Carbone, and this is Quarantine Projects. I actually did start a project over quarantine, going back about to April, I'd say, of 2020. School was wrapping up and I felt kind of like I didn't really have much to do. I wasn't working because of, everything being shut down. I work in a restaurant and it was shut down, so I wasn't working. I had no schoolwork left to do, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to put my time into something. So, I thought of things like getting back into reading, and I did that. I would start to read and it was great and stuff, but then I was listening to music all the time, I feel like, because I had so much free time all of a sudden. I had time to really listen to some new albums and listen to some new music, and there's not much that I love more than music. And I was like, why don't I try my hand at this? Why don't I try to write some music? I've always been pretty musical. I did choirs in high school and theater and stuff. And I've always, played a little bit of piano, not that much, not that great, but enough, chords and stuff to get by. And I was like, all of a sudden I was like, I want to learn. I want to, start playing every day, and I want to start writing music. So after a couple months of writing songs on the piano, I realized I was starting to write things that I wanted to hear be played on a guitar. The problem was I don't play guitar, and I didn't own a guitar. So I started talking to one of my cousins, Matt, about my music and where I wanted to see it go, and I had mentioned that I was really interested in starting to play guitar and maybe purchasing a guitar off of like Facebook Marketplace or something. And he luckily said, hey, I have this old acoustic guitar that I don't really use anymore, do you want it? And I was like, absolutely, yes, I want this guitar. So I got that guitar in, I think, November it was, and I just started learning, watching YouTube videos, reading books about chords and stuff, and I'm still learning a lot. I still have a long way to go. But yeah, it's been really exciting to kind of pick up a new instrument this late in life. Writing songs to me is like writing poetry sometimes. Sometimes like phrases that you think sound good together, or words will like pop into my head, and I just like write it down in my notes, and I'm like, noted, I will look at you later. Definitely writing lyrics is a lot easier for me than writing a melody. I usually have lyrics first, and then I have to kind of figure out like a melody or chord progression to kind of pair them with. But I think the biggest thing I've learned about writing lyrics is just say what you want to say. Like, the world is not gonna think, God, that was so cheesy the way she said that, because like there's definitely some like, for example, Taylor Swift lyrics that I listen to and I'm like, oh my God, like she really just said the first thing that came to her head, and I love that. I love it being like an unfiltered first thought lyric. I really like that. So I try to do that as much as possible. Just say what came to mind first and try not to beautify it, if that makes sense. Sometimes you'll write something and someone will comment like, I feel seen, or that specific lyric really meant a lot to me, and I think that's kind of just like the artist's dream. We create art to reach people and evoke emotion and reaction from them, and to just make other people know that they are understood. I'm Erin Carbone, and this has been Quarantine Projects.